before RBN, there was Niko House, MCSC Network. You guys doing the damn thing. And I remember the heat that you guys took because you guys was hard no on Jim Crow Joe, the same I was. And it was one of the things I look across, I'm like, man, enemies of my enemies had to be my friends because we both spend the same truth. We stand up for our community. We calling out our oppressors. Like that's what I see you do. You call out the empire, call out our politicians.
That's it, man. But you know what? Those who are either explicitly or implicitly on the side of the oppressor, or at least benefit from said oppressor, always get the most upset at the people who are being oppressed, who call it out, especially if they have the credentials to legitimize those call outs. So, you know, it's nothing new. I'm still looking for Ben Burgess, though. I'm still looking for him because I debated him like twice on that very issue. And he assured me that Biden was going to be better for workers. And like last time I checked, like Facebook just laid off a bunch, thousands of more people. Walmart just laid off thousands of more people. Small Business Administration is worse off than it's ever been. But hey, you know, when y'all find him, let me know. I got an APB out for him so we can renegotiate this conversation and maybe he can come over to the bright side. A little late to that party, but yeah.
RBN and Niko, weird examples of what happens, and you see how liberals respond to black men when they step out of line. Like it's all good, man. You can sound as radical you want. You can talk about reparations. You can do whatever you want. As long as at the end of the day, you tell people to vote for Democrats, they don't care what you say.
Yeah. Well, that and as long as you don't actually try to do anything about the issues affecting your community. Like you can talk about it all you want, though. You can definitely talk about it. That's where it got to stop, though.
Yeah. I told these people to their face in multiple debates, well, I was like, if we support Joe Biden as a quote-unquote left, because I don't consider these people left anymore, but as a quote-unquote left working class coalition, that will give the Democrats no reason to listen to you guys. In fact, you will give them a mandate to shift to the right because then they will turn around and say they defeated the socialists, they defeated the youth movement, so they can do whatever the fuck they want. They saw what KC Sunrise did, how much they helped them. So of course you're gonna double down on drill oil permits and fracking. And go ahead, Niko.
When I was talking to JB yesterday, there's actually this exact same thing got brought up where I said, like, if you wanted to do something to hold Joe Biden accountable, if you wanted to prevent what we're seeing right now, that started before the election.
Yes.
Like that was the time to hold him accountable. The problem is he has zero reason to do, him nor the Democrats have zero reason to do anything that any of us want. Why? Y'all forgave him for 40 years of fuck shit. He can literally do whatever fuck he feels like it. He don't care. What are you going to do? Threaten? Oh, man. Can you believe 85, 89, 155-year-old man can't get another 4 years potentially? First of all, like they have control over all the election infrastructure at this point. Like that's blatantly obvious. So there's that problem. Second of all, who cares? He's 80 and they're going to find another pawn. Like it doesn't matter at this point. Y'all have voting for Joe Biden. I just want to be very clear about this. I know that some people were naive and I'm not upset about that. Like I get it. It's just the way the world works. You know, you learn from your mistakes, but I just want to be clear so you understand how important this decision is in the future. You have rapidly increased the likelihood of World War III and the world falling into literal Armageddon. Like that, I'm not, and I wish I was being hyperbolic.
They also directly responsible for someone who escalated the climate crisis, something that they cared to claim about.
Yeah, and
the police state. You had Black Lives Matter celebrating Biden's victory, even though he was on the debate stage in front of millions of people. Like, yeah, I'm gonna fund the police more than Trump, and they were still supporting Joe Biden. And they would look at me crazy because like you guys are idiots. You guys are crazy.
He's also a Nazi, so there's that.
Absolutely,
like, literally. And they just gave $350 million to Nazis. I mean, NATO is literally a Nazi organization. He is a fucking Nazi. I'm like not a neo-Nazi. He one of them good old-fashioned Nazis. Like he's a Nazi. He's paying, you know, the Ukrainian Nazis, they call them neo-Nazis, but they're actually the descendants of the original Nazis who got their ass kicked trying to go on the way to Russia and got sent right the fuck back to Germany, but they didn't have nowhere to go. Like literally that is what West Ukraine is. And West Ukraine wasn't even a thing until the Nazis got their ass whooped and they got stuck there. Like he is giving money to their descendants. Like he's a Nazi. And when I was telling people this, they were like, "You're just being too dramatic." What do they call a reductionist? I believe is what they called me.
Yes.
And a neo-Nazi, ironically, y'all voted for a Nazi. That's crazy. Every single person who called me a neo-Nazi, they voted for a Nazi.
Make it
It's
make
almost
sense,
like it was
man.
projection. It's almost like it was projection, huh?
Someone make it make sense. Because I agree with you. Because how many times he had to show his ass? Like it's not like a one-time thing. I mean, this is Jim Crow Joe, Crime Bill Joe, Segregation Joe, and now he's funding Nazis. Like, okay, how many times he had to do some white supremacist shit before we can call him a white supremacist without making people flinch, right?
Well, the reality is, and it sucks to admit it, but I tell people this all the time. I said he can get away with white supremacist shit because we live in the country that is foundationalized in white supremacy. Like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I still talk about it. I still fight against it. But like, I'm no longer surprised by it, impressed by it, taken aback by it. People are like, for example, didn't we just watch Piers Morgan like go down in flames like a couple of years ago, if not a year ago, because he was spewing racist bullshit on television? That's why he doesn't have a show anymore, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
It was like had something to do with the Queen dying, and basically he was calling out all the Caribbean diaspora that didn't, they didn't like the Queen for good reason, because she was a racist bitch and an imperialist, and he just started telling the truth about how he felt. Guess what he was just doing? Interviewing Ron DeSantis. If that were you or I,
yes,
we get one chance to even perceivedly be egregiously wrong in the eyes of quote unquote cancel culture. But cancel culture genuinely only applies to those who are fighting for the right causes. The only person who has ever been quote unquote canceled that's alive, at least for now, is Julian Assange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's it. That's the only person, like, that's alive. The other people, there have been others who've been canceled. They've been canceled permanently. And they're trying to do the same to Assange. That is who cancel culture applies to. That's what gets me pissed off whenever I hear the right. Oh man, cancel culture, it only affects the right. Bro, y'all ain't been canceled. Y'all have not been canceled. The right is more popular than they've ever been, which everyone could have predicted because Joe Biden gives them plenty of things to talk about. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, and liberals, they don't really cancel the right. Once again, they're their biggest contributor. I'm sure every day some conservative commentator wakes up and thanks a Democrat. I swear to God, bro. Like, just gets up and prays to the to the donkey. Because he's like, y'all keep making me rich. Please, I'm trying to get me a condo in Miami too, bro. I'll be seeing everybody move to Miami. Trying to get me, like, for real. But the liberals will then try to cancel, they'll attempt to do these cancellations of even people within their own party or within their own ideology, but it never lasts. They just give them some crazy redemption story and they come right back. And it's especially given issues of racism or sexism or I don't know, Nazism or the revitalization of George Bush and his image. They even revitalize the people they swear to God they will never revitalize. Because Republicans are supposedly irredeemable in the eyes of Democrats unless they're an imperialist.